the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. We here. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. It's the third round RPB. I don't know if they ready for this one, man. You gotta switch it up on them a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Have a seat at the master's table. We ain't asked for no seat. We went and built up our own. You see, it's rather stable. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears. You know the rest. Look, listen, and observe, but also respect. In God we trust. It's obvious. The money ain't the root of all evil, but lack thereof. That's why they deprive you of resources. Why they focus on streams of income, at least 3 sources. We certified, we solidified. And they say they created hip-hop, but all that shit is lies. Cause every element came before the development of what we callin' hip-hop now. It's all relevant to all the topics we gon' touch on. Spoiler alert, as we play this album, ain't no club songs. Boy, that hurt, but this ain't no conscious album. It's just that real shit, that Black God mantra album. I hope y'all feel this. Spark the brain, 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 spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. Spark the brain, spark the brain, spark the brain. My mind is spark the brain, spark the brain.
The masters, the masters, the masters, the masters.
Peace. This is the Black Dot, father, author, writer, poet, MC, one half of the dynamic duo, the #1 father and son podcast, Urban X TV. I am super excited about the new release, The Masters Table, by Sincere Love the God and RP Beats. This album is going to be crazy. It's the follow-up to the Spear and the Shield. Already know what time it is. It's got some dope pieces on it. You're gonna love it. Also on the album is yours truly, the Black Dot. So you wanna go to the Masters RSVP and secure your copy now. They got a bundle package. You get a backdrop, you get a poster, you get the digital download, you get the physical copy, you get a hoodie. The whole process is really crazy. So RSVP to Masters RSVP, and you can get that dope album, I Sincere Love the God and RP Beats, The Masters Table. You will never be disappointed at how dope this project is going to be. Peace.
Peace, God.
Hey, Dad. He's so good.
Hey, man, I got you a new book.
A new book?
Check it out. Check it out. Let me know how you like it. I'll be back.
Man, this Bitcoin, this Ethereum ain't doing nothing for me right now, man. Gotta find some new investments.
Peace, God. What you doing?
Peace, God. Good.
I think this book is kind of inappropriate.
Inappropriate? What's up with it?
It's inappropriate because look at these.
LGBT. Oh, man, I'm sorry about that, God.
I accept your apology.
Man, it's a shame, man. You can't even find no decent books for you nowadays without having to have these difficult conversations.
I have an idea. Maybe
that?
we should make a series of our own book.
A book series? That is a good idea.
7 volumes.
7, I get it. 7 volumes. What should we call it?
7 the Super Hey.
7 the Perfect. 7 the Super Hey Rule.
And then maybe we could even make some bundles of it once we get to volume 3.
Oh, see, now you're thinking like a businessman. I like that idea, man. A foundational Black American children's series.
Perfect.
Visit www.godcastbooks.com and pre-order your book today.
Do for self or suffer the consequences. The wisdom of Elijah's inside of the conscientious. So I move with a different purpose within these verses. What's going on, family? Peace, peace, peace to the gods, peace to the earths. Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. I am the God Sincere, and this is the Masters Decoded series. Appreciate everybody being here with me today. We are decoding the song SheWoke, aka Within War, off of the Masters Table album. See that joint right there? You know what I'm saying? The Masters Table album is available right now on all streaming platforms. Also, you can order your physical copies at themastersrsvp.com. Go to themastersrsvp.com. Get your physical copies, get your merch and all of that. I don't got the t-shirts up on the website just yet, but if you want to get a t-shirt, hit me up. I'll get a link to you so you can order a t-shirt. Just hit me up on Instagram, DM me. Let me know you want to get a t-shirt. Let me know your size, your address and all of that type of stuff. And I'll get you the link, let you know the price and the shipping and all of that. If you want to get the Masters Table t-shirts, because it is t-shirt weather. We got the hoodies on the site, but it's t-shirt weather right now. And so I know y'all want to get y'all t-shirts with the Masters on it. You see that right there? You see how beautiful that look right there? I think crystal clear, nice, clean look for you right there on the t-shirt. If you want to get one of those, just hit me up on Instagram, slide up in the DM, and I'll get you a link so you can place your order to get the t-shirt. But other than that, you want to get the CD, digital download, all of that stuff, the mastersrsvp.com, the mastersrsvp.com. But as y'all coming up in here, of course, I need y'all to do me that favor and hit that like, hit that share, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell, just like my sister Nikki the God told you to do in the chat. Y'all got to learn how to follow instructions. Follow instructions. Shout out to the moderators in the chat, Nikki the God, Crown 808. I appreciate y'all. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so, yeah, today, you know, on the Masters Decoded, like I said, we break it down SheWoke, a.k.a. War Within, one of my personal favorites off the album. Do I say that every episode? Have I said that every week? It's one of my personal favorites. I might have said that every week. I don't know. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the time of which songs are my favorites. But it's just like, you know, when you got a gang of kids, you can't really pick a favorite one. You know what I'm saying? You love all your babies the same, but you got different special relationships with each one of them. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of those ones. I just love the way it feels and the overall message of this record. And so we're going to get into that in just a minute. But before we do, I got to let y'all know also to go to godcastbooks.com. Wait a minute. Where's my, what? Hold on one second, y'all. I'm tripping. Let me do this real quick while I got y'all waiting for me. Hold on. Let me do, hold on. Share this tab. Let me do this since I got y'all waiting for a second. Real quick. Let's do this real quick. I'll be right back.
Crazy drama, I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama, I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama. I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different.
Did y'all hear that, by the way? By the way, were y'all able to hear that?
Let me make sure the sound and all of that is good too before we get started. Let me know if y'all can hear that in the chat. Let me turn my chat on so I can see what y'all talking about. Okay. Shout out to Sister Colette in the digital building. Said this is her second favorite track off the album. Okay. Hold on. Sister Colette said this is my second favorite track off the album. What's your first favorite? What's your number one joint off the album, Sister Colette? Shout out to Sister Colette. That's our day one sister right there. For sure. Visuals are crazy. Yeah, everything is crisp. All right, thank you, Peter Ogun. Shout out to Peter Ogun. Another Godcast member right there. Sunshine, okay. Sunshine. Okay. I could understand that. We probably do Sunshine next week, as a matter of fact. If I do a show next week, it'll probably be Sunshine that we do the lyrical breakdown for. But before we get started today, I wanted to remind y'all to go to godcastbooks.com and order Seven's Big Move. Available now, family. Available right now. Get your children's book if you got, I know we got a lot of parents out there watching, grandparents out there watching, aunties, uncles. You want to get Seven's Big Move, Volume 1 of 7 The Super Hey Rule. This is our brand new children's series. Shout out to the Godcast, my sister Nicey Girl, my sister Crown 808. This is our first volume in our new venture with the children's book series. Ain't this fly, y'all? Ain't this fly? Look, check this out. Check this out. Your baby's gonna love this. Your baby's gonna love this right here. Very, very, very inspirational stuff right here. Look. You see those pictures right there? Get this for your babies, man. Get this joint for your babies. It's available right now. Go to godcastbooks.com. Look. Got the poster. You can take the centerfold poster out. They can hang this up on their wall. Might want to put it in a frame or something like that. Look at that right there. 7 The Super Hey Rule. Yes, indeed. Go to Godcast Books right now. Get your books. Not only want to get your books, right? But we got some merch for you too now. Get the t-shirts for the little ones also. These come in youth sizes, the 7 The Super Hey Rule shirts. These come in youth sizes. So these are for the babies right here. You know what I'm saying? So get them a book, get them a t-shirt so they could be fly this summer, so they could be representing that foundational Black American children's book series. Sincere, isn't this the first FBA children's book? I don't know. What shirt? The 7 The Super Hey Rule shirts right now, we only got them in youth sizes. We didn't make them for adults because we wasn't sure if adults was going to want to rock those. But y'all can get these though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get these joints, and we got some other t-shirts for adults too. We got the you see the shirt that 7 is wearing on the cover. We actually have those universal flag shirts on the website in adult sizes. So you can get the universal flag shirt if you want to get one of those for yourself. Get the 7 The Super Hey Rule shirt for the babies. Get them their book. You know what I mean? Something to read over the summer. School is almost over. The school year is almost over. They need some reading material for the summer. Something, clean, fun, no agendas being snuck in there. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just clean, fun for the children. So you definitely want to go to godcastbooks.com and get that joint right there. All right. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Boom. All right. So how's everybody feeling tonight, man? Y'all ready to get into this lyrical breakdown or what? Y'all ready to decode these lyrics or what? I don't know if this is the first FBA book. It's a lot of great minds in the FBA culture and the FBA family. And so a lot of times great minds think alike. So there might be some other children's books out there from the FBA family as well. Not sure. But that is a good question, though. That is a good question. What's going on? You got your government name up in the chat today, Nicely Girl. You got your government name up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I was about to call out your government cheese. But no. We're going to get into this lyrical breakdown today. Sister Colette said this is her second favorite song off the album. I don't know. I can't really rank them. When I say it's one of my personal favorites, it's just one of my personal favorites, not really in any particular order. I just gotta, it's just one of them joints when I hear it, it just feels good. I love the way the song feels. I love the overall message in the song. And from a writing standpoint, it's one of them joints that I'm definitely proud of, because sometimes I just surprise myself and impress myself when it comes to the writing. I'll be like, where did that come from? I wrote that right there. I'll be listening to the joint like, damn, I wrote that. You know what I mean? This is one of those ones. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play the song straight through. Y'all know how we do. But share this out right now, family. Share this out. Let everybody know that we live. We doing the lyrical breakdown for SheWoke, aka Within War. Shout out to my DJ, my partner, my producer, RP Beats. Shout out to my brother Portier, who is our mix engineer, the sound engineer, make this thing sound nice and crisp. But I'm gonna play the song straight through one time, and then we'll go back over it and decode the lyrics.
War will win. She said she still feel the spirit and chill. Could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical skill? She never thought about it, cause the chops are so subtle. How them RP beats touch you on a spiritual level, and the lyrics is so direct, speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. She was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher. I said all praises due to the Most High. You know I can't really take all the credit, cause most my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors writing all the rhymes. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. Then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind, taking y'all in the deep water. Turn up the heat on you, nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it.
Looking for the heart, we'll never be alone again. Looking for your love, looking for the heart, we'll never be alone again.
She said,
you the realest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra. Even my feminine curves was accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it. But my best friend, no, she couldn't appreciate it. But me, I played it and played it and played it. Took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it. I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama.
I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. So when you come in with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. Now I'm a sapiosexual, you transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. Yeah, these niggas bought me now, the ballers can't afford me now. Should do it for 40, I wouldn't do it for 40,000. I got my standards up, you man and them ain't man enough.
They can't stand in my presence, they start clamming up.
That's queen shit, headset, ship on the scene, bitch. Gonna take more than designer jeans and a clean whip. After the sword and shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on the pills, it sound different. All the women I hang around different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a new experience, too few and few appearances. Even family members beginning to wonder where she been. Building my self-esteem, drinking tea and healthy greens. But anyway, I just want to thank you for everything, and let you know the pearls ain't only go before the swine. I found a diamond mine, I only had to go inside. Looking for the heart, we'll never be alone again. Looking for your love, looking for the heart, we'll never be alone again. War will win.
Shout out to my brother DJ RP Beats. That's my brother, man. Yo, that's how you produce a record. That's how you produce a record, from intro to outro and everything in between. It's like scoring. It's like scoring a movie. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't even pay attention to that. But when you're watching a movie, every sound that you hear is intentional. It's done really in post production. Really, when you're looking at a movie or anything on television, what you're looking at and what you're seeing, what you're looking at and what you're hearing are really two different things. So what I mean is, when they're recording a scene from a movie or a television show, the sound from the actual recording is not what you're hearing. They put the sound on top of the visual. They create the sound on a whole nother separate platform, a whole nother separate track, and they sync it together and they place it on top of the scene. So every single sound that you hear, no matter how insignificant it may seem, just like everything that you see on the screen when you're looking at television, no matter how insignificant it may seem, and it's something very small in the background or something that's like kind of out of focus or whatever, everything that you see is there for a reason, and everything that you hear is there for a reason. And so a great music producer approaches production in the same way. And so a lot of people call themselves producers. They just beat makers. You know what I'm saying? They'll make a beat that you could dance to, that you could bop your head to, that somebody could rap to. Somebody come in, do they rap, and that's it. However that comes out, that's how that comes out. But with RP, usually he'll send me a track, and it's not really a complete track. It's just an idea of a track. You know what I'm saying? And he may have a title for it. He may have even a concept for it sometimes. And sometimes I'll use that title or match that concept, and sometimes I don't. You know what I'm saying? It just all depends on how the track makes me feel. You know what I'm saying? The track is going to pretty much direct me of where I need to go. And sometimes that aligns up with the same thing that he's hearing, and sometimes it don't. Sometimes we meet in the middle. Sometimes we just in two totally different directions. But as a producer, what he'll do is, after I lay my vocals down, after I give him my lyrics, he'll go back in and reproduce the track, and he's adding layers, and he's basically scoring whatever it is that I'm talking about. All the sounds that are in the track weren't there when I wrote it, and they weren't there when I recorded it. A lot of that stuff got put in after the fact, because he goes back in and he uses me as an instrument. My vocals are just another instrument to him. And so he works the music around that, and it just comes out so magical. So magical. So shout out to my producer, Mr. DJ RP Beats. Incredible, man. Incredible. And so this song, the overall message in the song, is about family. It's about reuniting, rebuilding the black family structure. You know what I'm saying? That's what the overall message of the song is about. It's about the importance of having a strong family structure, even in situations where the relationship between the mother and father doesn't work out, the marriage doesn't work out, or, it just wasn't meant for those two people to be together. It talks about the importance of co-parenting, and for us to still be able to remain a functional unit regardless to those circumstances. That's something that's important to me, very near and dear to me. This is probably the reason why it's one of my favorite songs, because of my own life experiences, my own situation. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of what I'm talking about as far as difficulties with co-parenting and just trying to raise children in two separate households and having that conflict between the mother and the father and all of that, the baby mama drama, baby father drama, all of that stuff. That's part of my lived experience, you know what I'm saying? And part of some of the obstacles that I've had to overcome to be able to raise my children effectively and efficiently, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what the song is about. But it's telling a story, though. It's written almost in a storytelling form about a sister who was influenced and inspired by me and DJ RP Beats' previous album, which is called The Spear and the Shield. So if you haven't heard The Spear and the Shield, you need to go listen to The Spear and the Shield. It's highly recommended. That's me and DJ RP Beats' previous album. This is our third album in. The first album is the Master Elements Project, which is more or less a compilation album with me, RP, and some various other artists who contributed to that project as well. And then me and RP, we formed Master Elements. We became the group Master Elements, and we went on to make the album, which is called The Spear and the Shield. And so we got a lot of great feedback, a lot of great critical acclaim for that project right there, which led us into this third project, the Masters Table. And so part of the inspiration for this song also is not only my life experience, but the feedback that we got for that album. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the, like I think I told y'all when we did the listening party, there's a particular sister from out there in California. I think she live in LA. The artist Gemini, who we've had on the Black Business Showcase before. She was at the listening party as well. Something that she wrote to me after she heard the Spear and the Shield album was part of the inspiration for this song. You know what I'm saying? I was just blown away by her review of the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was very humbled by her words. And so I incorporated that into this song also. But also, it's inspired by a book that I started and never finished. So there's a novel that I wrote a few chapters for called SheWoke. That's tentatively the title of the novel as well, SheWoke. And that's what the book is about. The book is tackling the same subject. You know what I'm saying? It's about a young lady who, at an early age, she's born into a nuclear family. You know what I'm saying? She has a healthy relationship with her parents at a young age, but she goes through some tragedy early on where she loses her father, and her father was a conscious brother. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of, raising his daughter in consciousness, you know, at a very young age, but she lost him early due to a tragic event. I guess I could give it a little bit away. I'm gonna finish this book though. But she lost her father from one of these police killings, and she ends up living with one of her aunties. You know, because her parents, they were doing pretty well for themselves. They kind of got her out of the hood, you know, put her in a better situation. They wanted to raise their daughter in a healthy environment and all of that. But this tragic event takes place where she loses her dad. The mom is not able to maintain and that stable environment. And so she ends up going to live with one of her aunts back in the hood. And she's subject to that harsh environment all over again for the rest of her life. And so the seeds of consciousness is planted in her from a young age, but going through what she has to go through during adolescence and all of that, she ends up in, you know, a lot of situations that a number of us can relate to. And she ends up having a child, getting pregnant, and going through one of these situations with the baby mama drama, baby father drama, and all of that. But the book, when I do get around to finishing it, this book is going to have a happy ending. I want the book to have a happy ending where she actually taps back into consciousness. Something happens in her life where all of the things that the seeds that her father was planting her at a young age, you know, someone comes along and nurtures that, or some type of event takes place where it sparks that back in her, and she comes to this realization and she starts tapping in to the things that she remembered about her father. And through that becomes the catalyst for her making amends with her son's father. And so the book is going to end up having a happy ending. But so that's another part that this song was inspired by as well. You know what I mean? So let's go through it. What's going on, Mama Love? Mama Love, what's good? Everything all right? Share the same experience with my seed's mother. Yes, a lot of us our stories disclosed in a general manner. Yep. All right. Let's get into some of this. See what I mean by the production, though?
War will win. She says she still feel the spirit in the shell. Could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical scale? She never thought about it. Cause the chops are so subtle. How them RP beats touch you on a spiritual level. And the lyrics are so direct. Speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. She was disappointed.
Right there. She says she still feel the spirit in the shell. Could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical skill? She never thought about it. Cause the chops are so subtle, how them RP beats touch you on a spiritual level. And the lyrics is so direct, speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. So this is me rapping, but I'm telling y'all what she told me. This is the feedback that I got from her. You know what I'm saying? We about to drop the Masters table and she like, yo, I'm still feeling that spirit in the shell. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, well, what did you like about it? Could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical skills? So that's just my way of saying, was it the production that you liked the most? Or was it the lyrics that you liked? Like, what was it that resonated with you more? Was it the beats? Was it the rhymes? You know what I mean? Could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical skill? Because we tend to sample. I think me and RP, we both like Nas a lot. I don't think Nas is his favorite, though. Is RP Beats in here? Because y'all know Nas is my favorite MC, but I don't know. I think RP Beats might like Biggie Smalls. I think Biggie might be his number one guy. RP, if you in here, who's your favorite rapper? I don't know, but we seem to sample a lot of like Nas vocals, Mobb Deep for sure, Prodigy. You know what I mean? Like we use it for the hooks and just to add, layers to the beats and all that a lot of times. Sometimes it's blatant, sometimes it's more subtle. That's why I said, could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical skills? She never thought about it. Because the chops are so subtle, how them RP beats touch you on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? So RP, his production style, even when he does samples, a lot, it's not like a obvious sample. The way he chops it up, you can't even recognize what song he sampled. A lot of times when producers sample a song, they just take 8 bars out of a song and just loop it. And so when you hear it, you're like, oh, that's such and such. You know what I'm saying? But when RP sample a song, he chopping up like bits and pieces of it and putting it on different pads on the MPC and he rearranging it in his own way. You know what I'm saying? He's almost replaying the sounds. He taking the songs and the sounds from the song and he using those sounds as instruments and then he replays them on the MPC. And so the chops are so subtle, how them RP beats touch you on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? It touch you on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? You bopping your head, but you don't even know what it is that you like so much about it. And the lyrics is so direct, speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. So it's just to say that, ain't nobody talking how we talking. You know what I mean? That's just another way of saying ain't nobody talking how we talking because the lyrics are so direct, speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. Because just imagine, we made the Spirit and the Shield during the pandemic. And now we're going through a global pandemic, something that nobody that's living on the planet Earth today has ever experienced before. And we representing a genre called rap, hip hop music, which has always been a conduit for messaging and information. It's been a way for us to spread information amongst each other, right? Hip hop has always been a rebellious culture, has always had its finger on the pulse and had messengers and prophets who gave us the keys to the times that we're living in. And we went through that whole process, unprecedented, and nobody wasn't saying nothing. None of your favorite rappers was talking about what was going on. It was strange because that's what hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? You always got your commercialized bubblegum rap and all of that stuff. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? the machines, they always going to push that and play, you know, the bubblegum shit on the radio. But at the end of the day, there was always major rappers, not just underground rappers, but there was always major rappers who were talking about things that were going on in real time. And now we experiencing something that cannot be ignored, and ain't nobody saying nothing. So the lyrics is so direct, speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Touch you on a spiritual level, and the lyrics is so direct, speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. She was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher.
So she was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher. So now this is a sister, like the character in my book, who's kind of just coming into consciousness. The Spirit and the Shield album was her catalyst to come into consciousness. That the Spirit and the Shield album, it sent her on a journey. It sent her on down a rabbit hole, just looking for more information like this. You know what I'm saying? But she's coming from that, you know, for lack of better words, secular lifestyle. You know what I mean? She was out in them streets prior to hearing the Spirit and the Shield. You know what I mean? And so she was listening to most of the low vibrational music. Her favorite rappers is people that just putting out the low vibrational shit that ain't really talking about nothing. And so now she's raised to a level of consciousness where she can't even enjoy that shit no more. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. You might have been the type of person before you got conscious, before you started tapping in with the new black media and shit like that, or whatever it was that brought you into consciousness. Prior to that, you might have been the type of person who watched, you know, Real Housewives of whatever, you know, Bad Girls Club and shit like that. You like to watch reality shows, you know, the Kardashians and shit like that. You probably was doing shit like that just to pass time prior to. But once you got raised up to a certain level of consciousness, you couldn't even enjoy the show no more. You know what I'm saying? You look at the show now and you see it totally different. You see the propaganda for what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the veil has been lifted. And now you can't even enjoy the shit that you used to like no more. That's what she's going through in the song. She was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher. Because now she hear the bullshit. Before, she was just listening to the music. She was dancing, twerking, doing whatever she was doing. You know what I'm saying? But now she listening to the message, and she like, really? This is what y'all niggas is putting out there? This is what y'all niggas is putting out there? Right, Nikki the God. Right, Nikki the God. That's why we here. This is the lyrical breakdown. Nikki the God said it. I never listened to it that way. But yeah, that's why we here doing the lyrical breakdown, to give you a new perspective on what you're listening to. RP should decode the samples. Yeah, we talking about that, Peter Ogun. Me and RP is brainstorming some ideas on how he could do something similar to this on the production side. Not the same thing, but just we brainstorming. We coming up with something for that. Yeah. White supremacy is the wait, hold on a second. Let me share this with the listening audience. With the people that might watch this on the replay, I mean. White supremacy is the pan/plandemic. Don't run with that. All right. So yeah, she compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher. All right, let's go to the next part.
Coward, she was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher. I said all praises due to the Most High. You know I can't really take all the credit, cause most my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors writing all the rhymes.
And so I tell y'all all the time, I'm just a vessel. I don't really write the rhymes. The lyrics they come through me. I allow myself to be a vessel for the ancestors to speak, for the master teachers to speak. You know what I'm saying? And so, and at the same time, hold on. At the same time, because there's always like, you know what I mean? we still rapping, even though we delivering messages and all of that. We still rapping. You know what I mean? And so part of the art of rap is you got to have double meanings and double entendres and triple entendres and metaphors and all of that stuff. That's what makes it an art form, right? And so at the same time, I had to shout out my brother Chase McGee in a subtle way. You know what I mean? I said, she was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sounded like a slave catcher. I said, all praises due to the Most High. You know, I can't really take all the credit because most of my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors is writing all the rhymes. So I'm saying the voice of the ancestors, like I always tell y'all, me being the vessel, but at the same time, that's my way of shouting out the young scholar, Chase McGee, the voice of the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chase McGee. And so I said, all praises due to the Most High. You know, that's my way of kind of just, you know, humbling myself, accepting the praise and the accolades and the compliment, but, you know, not being too big-headed about it because, again, I'm just a vessel and these words are coming through me from another. We even said that on the song called Death is a Myth. Song called Death is a Myth on the Spear and the Shield album, where, what did I say? I said something like that on that song. On Death is a Myth, I said, oh yeah, because I said, hold on a second, y'all. I'll be forgetting my own lyrics and shit, but hold on a second. I said, something about Nat Turner. No, I said something about that spirit in Southampton, Virginia came from Port-au-Prince. And after I said that line, I said that spirit in Southampton, Virginia came from Port-au-Prince. So I was talking about the Nat Turner Rebellion. The spirit of the Nat Turner Rebellion came from Port-au-Prince, meaning inspired by the Haitian Revolution. And then I said, are you recording this? These messages coming through from the other side is something we can't afford to miss. So when I came up with that line, that was one of those times where I impressed myself. Like, oh shit, that's a dope ass line. I don't know where that came from, but let me give credit where credit is due. Hey, yo, engineer, are we recording this? I want to make sure we're recording this because these messages coming through from the other side, there's something we can't afford to miss. And so I said, all praises due to the Most High. You know, I can't really take all the credit because most of my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors is writing all the rhymes. I don't know if y'all feel me, man, but I'm going to go to the next line.
To me, said he sound like a slave catcher. I said all praises due to the Most High. You know I can't really take all the credit because most my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors writing all the rhymes. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. Then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind. Third eye and deciphered all the signs. Then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind.
I opened my third eye. All of these lines string together. That's kind of my style too, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing is really separated. You know what I mean? Like all of the lines string together. It's a thread. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. And then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind. Again, just explaining in another way of me being that vessel, right? That's how it all strings along. I said, all praises due to the Most High. You know, I can't really take all the credit because most of my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors is writing all the rhymes. I just opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. And then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind. Again, I don't know if y'all feel me, but I'm going to go to the next line.
I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. Then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind, taking y'all in the deep water. Turn up the heat on you. Nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. Then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind, taking y'all in the deep water. Turn up the heat on you. Nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it. So this is me talking about her being so sparked by listening to that album that nothing was the same. She couldn't enjoy the shit that she used to listen to no more. She can't hang out at the same places that she used to hang out no more. You know what I'm saying? It brought her into a new reality. The new level of consciousness brought her into a whole new reality. And the Spirit and the Shield album was the catalyst for that awakening. You know what I mean? She went through a transformation. So nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. So I interpreted the lessons that I learned from reading the books from the master teachers, from listening to the lectures, you know what I'm saying, from interpreting from the teachers. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. I'm receiving the downloads. You know what I mean? And then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind, or I stepped in the booth and gave sight to all the blind. You know what I'm saying? Just me being that vessel, allowing those messages that I deciphered to come through me and spark the next person and raise their level of consciousness. And then nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it. And so this hook right here, hold on. Repeat on it. Taking y'all in the deep water, turn up the heat on you. Nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it. We'll never be alone again. Looking for you. Looking for the heart. We'll never be alone again. So that chorus right there is a sample from, I think, a Korean song, some type of Asian song, but I think the artist is Korean. And I don't remember the artist's name, but I heard it from a sister who had posted a reel. I think it might have been Minister Farrakhan's birthday, not the one that just passed. Minister Farrakhan just had a birthday like last week. He just turned 90. Happy birthday to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Happy 90th birthday. But this was like maybe 2 years ago or something, 88th birthday, 87th, 88th birthday, something like that. Sister had posted a reel with a slideshow of the minister, and that song was playing behind it. I didn't know what it was. It was like they showed him playing the violin and, you know, him doing some of his speeches and all of that. And that song was playing behind it. Somebody know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Crown 808. We be on the same wavelength, for real, for real. Yes, it was Sister Luna. She posted it last year for his birthday. But I think it was before that too. She might have did it again last year. But I think it was before that. And I didn't know what that was, but it just felt good. I was like, what the hell is that? And then I don't know if I Shazammed it or whatever I did. I found out which song it was. And when I listened to the whole song, it was all right. But it's just that part that we use that just hit a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And so I just had it in my mind the whole time. And so when I wrote the lyrics to this song, I didn't have that hook in mind. I didn't know what I was doing when I was writing the lyrics. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I just wrote a long ass rhyme. You know what I mean? It just kept coming. It just kept flowing. And I just wrote, especially the next verse that we about to get into, it was just one long rhyme. And I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know if we was going to end up using it or not because it didn't have no song structure to it. You know what I'm saying? I was just listening to the beat and everything that was pouring out of me, I was just typing it. And so when it came down to, you know, once I send the idea back to RP, now we trying to figure out how to structure the song and how to make it into a song. You know what I mean? And so as we going back and forth with ideas for it, that chorus came back to me and I found it and I sent it to him. I'm like, yo, you think we could do something with this? And we went back and forth about that a few times.
it wasn't really working. It wasn't really matching with the tempo, and like it was a little bit difficult. And so I think I even sang it when we went and first recorded it. I sang it myself. I'm always trying to sing, y'all. RP don't be letting me sing on shit, by the way. But if y'all listen to some of my old mixtapes, when I wasn't working with RP, I was singing all my own hooks. Even though I can't sing, I'll be trying to sing. I don't be caring. I'm like, I'll sing that shit my damn self. You know what I mean? Because I just be wanting to get shit recorded. When I write something, I want to record it. I want to get it not only out of my body, but I want to get it documented. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I always have that like a sense of urgency. Like, this needs to be recorded. You know what I'm saying? And so if I don't got nobody that could do the hook for me, I'll do it myself. And so I think I actually sang the hook at first just to make it match the tempo. And then later on, him, RP and Portier, they figured it out. They figured out how to incorporate the sample, and it came out the way it came out. It came out fly. It came out fly.
She said,
You the realest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra. Even my feminine curves was accentuated.
You the realest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra. Even my feminine curves was accentuated. And even this verse too, I recorded it in my own voice at first too, because we didn't have a sister who could rap on it. You know what I mean? I wrote it from a woman's perspective, but I was thinking like Ghostface. Y'all know how I said on the Purple Tape joint. I think of Ghostface. Ghostface being one of my favorite MCs. I was channeling Ghostface's delivery and his style when I was writing it, right? And so even though I was writing it from a female perspective, I wasn't thinking we were going to get a female to record it. I was just going to record it myself. And we was talking about distorting my voice to make me sound like a female. If y'all go and listen to, there's a song, actually it's 2 songs by Nas on his album, his double album, Streets Disciple. One is called Say Cool Story, and one is called Live Now. There's 2 different songs, but they kind of go with each other. Like it's one story, and they kind of flow into each other. And it says featuring, what was her name? Scarlett. The song says it's featuring a female named Scarlett, but really it's Nas rapping, and they just distorted his verse to make him sound like a sister. And so I wanted to try to do that, but it wasn't sounding right. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't getting the right effects to make it sound, you know, so it wouldn't sound stupid or whatever. And so we ended up hiring the sister that's rapping from Fiverr. And I was totally against it. I think I told y'all that before. When RP told me that, I was like, man, hell no. Just because the way I'm rhyming, it's a complex rhyme. It's not like a basic rhyme, you know what I'm saying? And not to, you know what I mean, try to shit on the sisters like they can't catch on to the complicated rhyme schemes and all that. But I'm just thinking like, nah, ain't nobody going to be able to do it the way I hear it in my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, we can't just get anybody to do it. I'm going to just do it myself. You know what I'm saying? But we found this sister. She nailed it. And I'm glad that we went in that direction. And I tried to find her to see if we could get her to tap in with us, but to no avail. To no avail. So whoever you are, sister, shout out to you. Thank you for your contribution. I love the way that it came out. I hope you had fun recording it and everything like that. But yeah, so y'all hear the sister rapping on the second verse, but I wrote the rhyme. I wrote the whole song. And so she said, you the illest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra, even my feminine curves. And this is the part that was inspired by the artist Gemini. You know what I'm saying? This is where I was incorporating what she wrote to me. Because this is basically what she was saying, something to that effect. Not exactly, but she was saying something to that effect of like, yo, I ain't never hear nobody put it down like this. She like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hip hop head. I fuck with hip hop like that, but I ain't never hear nobody put it down like this. Like, this is the shit for real. This is next level. That's how, that was her response to listening to that album. And so, you the illest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra. I felt you in every chakra. Meaning, me and RP, we always say, even though we are messaging with the music, our primary goal is to just make dope hip hop, right? And by the way, if anybody is watching the Lakers game, let me know what the score is. What's the score on the Lakers game? It's the Lakers versus the Lakers versus Denver Nuggets right now in the conference finals. Let me know who's winning that game if anybody is watching the Lakers game. So yeah, our primary thing is to make dope music. You know what I mean? The message is secondary, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? And so in order to do that, you have to, it's a balancing act. You know what I'm saying? Because we always talk about how a lot of so-called conscious rap artists are usually corny. Not all, but a lot of them are usually corny because I feel like they put the messaging first. They focus so much on trying to be deep and drop jewels and just quoting every scholar that they could think of. And you know what I'm saying? Going into the Bible and the Quran and the scriptures and all of that so heavy that they neglect the music. And so there's no balance there. And so it comes across as corny and boring or preachy. And so it's a balancing act to be able to entertain and educate at the same time. And so in order to do that, we're going to have to touch every chakra, from the lowest chakras to the highest crown chakra. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, the lowest chakra, those lower vibrations, is still dealing with some of our primitive or even animalistic nature of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The part that just make you want to shake your ass. That's the lower vibration. You know what I'm saying? Those are the lower chakras. 72-54. The Nuggets is up 20 points at halftime. Damn. Come on, LeBron James. Can't go out like that. Appreciate it though, Mom. Yeah. And so, yeah, I felt you in every chakra. That's part of the goal. You know what I'm saying? We have to touch each and every one of those chakras. We got to touch the heart chakra. We got to make you feel something. We got to have some emotions involved in it. It got to make you feel something, right? It's got to make you want to dance. You know what I'm saying? It got to make you think. You know what I'm saying? So every level is incorporated into the music. You the illest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra. Even my feminine curves was accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it. You know what I mean? It made her tap into her divine femininity. It was something in the music that made her tap into her divine femininity. She said even her feminine curves was accentuated. She felt sexier since she played it. And then she said, I put my best friend on, but she couldn't appreciate it.
I feel sexier since I played it. Put my best friend on, my feminine curves was accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it. Put my best friend on, she couldn't appreciate it. But me, I played it and played it and played it. Took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it.
Hold on, before we even get into that. Even my feminine curves was accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it.
I felt you in every chakra. Even my feminine curves was accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it. Put my best friend on, she couldn't appreciate it.
Put my best friend on, but she couldn't appreciate it. So another thing that a lot of y'all can relate to when you first came into consciousness, whatever it was, you came across a piece of information, whether it was a documentary or a book or a lecture or somebody that you met that put you on to some shit, whatever it was, that kind of sparked you and answered some questions that you always had that you didn't even know that you need to answer to. You know what I mean? You always had that feeling that something wasn't right in the world, that, you know, things are not supposed to be this way. Why are things this way? But nobody never really broke it down to you a certain way for you to be able to have a clear picture. And so, you know, one day somebody gave you that book or you watched that documentary or whatever it was, and then that light bulb went on in your head and you like, oh shit, I get it now. You got sparked to the point where you're like, oh shit, I get it now. And then when that happened, you want to tell everybody because you feel like you just discovered something that everybody must know this. Everybody has to know this now, because if you know what I know, it's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. You're going to stop living the way that you living once you find out what I just found out, because that shit is not conducive to our growth and development and our empowerment. We've been living disaccordant, and this is the reason why we've been getting these results. And so you want to tell everybody, your best friends, your family members, you know what I'm saying, your co-workers, you want to tell everybody about this newfound knowledge. But a lot of times they're not in the same place where you was at, and they're not able to hear it the same way. I put my best friend on, but she couldn't appreciate it. We all can relate to that. Can definitely relate. This when I became conscious, the separation begins. Everyone has their own journey. Absolutely. A lot of us have lost friendships. Certain relationships kind of fell off that we had prior to us tapping in to consciousness, because you just ain't on the same shit no more. You don't really want to go to the club no more. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the club now, you be looking around like, really? This what the hell we've been doing for the past 10, 15 years? Like, really? Like, this is a waste of time. You go to the club, you can't even enjoy yourself. You get dressed and everything. You go out with all of the intentions in the world to go enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? You pre-gaming at the crib. Your girls is over like y'all always do. Y'all getting dressed, putting on your makeup and all of that shit. And then y'all go out, head on out. You get to the spot and you see everything different. You're not on the same vibration with everybody else. Everybody else is in there having a good time, just partying it up and all that. But you're not on the same vibration no more. Your vibration is a little bit higher now. And so you're looking at everything that's taking place and you criticizing it. Now you judging people and shit. You in the club judging motherfuckers and shit. Like, really? Really? That's what you put on? That's what you wore? How many drinks is that? Don't you owe me money? You know what I'm saying? You in there looking around, just thinking. You all in your head. You all in your head now because you can't go back. It's like you just can't go back. Once you get sparked, you can't go back. The church too. That's another thing. You might have been in the church heavy. Now you go to church and you looking around, you listening to the preacher, and you like, this some bullshit. You under a whole new reality now. You don't realize some shit. The veil has been lifted off your eyes. You in church like, this some bullshit. Y'all really sitting around believe this? So you can't even enjoy it no more the way that you used to. So relationships start falling off. You know what I'm saying? You start distancing yourself from a lot of people and a lot of places and things that you used to do. Right? And so that's what this sister is going through in the song. That's what this sister is going through after she heard the Spear and the Shield.
Accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it. Put my best friend on, she couldn't appreciate it. But me, I played it and played it and played it. Took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it.
Had to reevaluate everything. Like, nah, things got to change. Man, I got to start eating better. I need to start exercising. I want to start reading more. I heard about this other book. I got to get this book. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was telling me about a documentary about this, that, and third. Or I got to go to this event. This event is coming up. And everybody that you rock with, they don't fuck with none of that. You're trying to go to this conscious event that's coming up. You know what I mean? It's going to be vegan food there. Dr. Kaba is going to be speaking. And you know what I'm saying? You trying to tell your homies and shit like, yo, let's go to this joint I seen on Instagram. And they're like, what? Hell no, I ain't going there. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So now you need new friends and shit. Or you end up going places by yourself. So I took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it.
I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama. I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. I played it and played it and played it. Took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it.
It's my favorite part of the whole song. It's my favorite part probably of the whole album right here.
I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama. I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different.
And so this part of the story is fiction. It's just something that I made up, but it's what we call realistic fiction. And this the part that I said, like I was saying, was inspired by the book that I'm writing, the SheWoke book. And so she was the baby mama drama chick. She was the one that wasn't allowing her baby father to see his son and all that. You know what I'm saying? She was I could do this all by myself. I don't need you type, the chick. She was on that bullshit. You know what I mean? And so I took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it. I even made amends with my baby father. I couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama because now she realized the damage that she was doing. I even look at my son different. She realized the damage that she was doing. She looking at her son like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, he need this man. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me anymore. I'm damaging my son. I'm crippling my son by not allowing him to have a relationship with his father. She comes to this realization based off of the music, based off of the Spear and the Shield. She like, nah, I gotta fix this situation. I even made amends with my baby father. I couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama. I was so arrogant, horrible at co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the old, we look at the old you and the way you used to carry on prior to when you knew what you now know, or however you say that. I feel like I didn't articulate that right. But now that you know what you know, you look at your old self and the way that you was carrying on prior to you having that knowledge. And the way when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. So this is her talking to me. She telling me as the artist, sincere love to God. You made me look at my son different. You made me realize the importance of family structure. You made me realize I was tripping. Nobody else couldn't tell me this. My baby father couldn't get through to me. Nobody that ever tried to tell me, you know what I'm saying, that I was tripping, I wouldn't listen to none of them. But when I listened to that album, you made me look at my son different. Everything is different now. That's what happens when you become conscious, when the veil gets lifted. Everything is different now. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. Now you analyzing the cosmos in a different way. And so she said, so when you coming out with something new, you know what I mean? When you coming out with something new.
Couldn't appreciate it, but me, I played it and played it and played it. Took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it. I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama.
I was so arrogant, hard-barred co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. So when you coming with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. Now
So when you coming with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. And so now it's just like, you know, again, once you get raised up, and it's no going, you can't go back. Enlightenment is so beautiful from a caterpillar to a butterfly. I like that. I like that. You can't go back to being a caterpillar. You know what I'm saying? Now you got wings and shit. You can fly and shit. I look up at the morning sky. I even see the sun different. So now she need more of that. She need more of that. When you coming with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. You know what I mean? Because now you listening to the Spear and the Shield and all that, and you telling people, now you tapping in with new people and shit. People putting people onto the album and all that, and they're like, oh, well, if you like that, then you probably like this too. So they putting you on to other conscious rappers. But like I said, a lot of times the conscious rappers be corny. So she like, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. She was able to release fully in that verse, wherever she may be. Peace, blessings, and protection over her, right, man? All right, shout out to that sister. I don't remember her name or nothing. It's a mystery. It's a mystery. I got bit by something, y'all. Got bit by a mosquito or something. So now,
I'm a sapiosexual, you transform, got my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. So when you coming with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. Now I'm a sapiosexual, you transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny.
Now I'm a sapiosexual, you transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. Hold on, let me play the next part.
Yeah, these niggas bought me now, the ballers can't afford me now. Should do it for 40, I wouldn't do it for 40,000.
Now I'm a sapiosexual, you transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. These niggas bore me now. The ballers can't afford me now. She'll do it for the 40, I wouldn't do it for 40,000. So a sapiosexual is a person who is sexually attracted to intelligence. Someone who gets turned on by an individual's intelligence. So now I'm a sapiosexual. You transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. So now the niggas that used to holler at her, they're not even appealing to her no more. They're not even appealing to her no more. She looking for something different. She like, nah, you gotta be able to have a conversation. You gotta be able to teach me something. That's what turns me on. These niggas bore me now. The ballers can't afford me now. So niggas leading with their money. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that leading with their money and all that. Maybe before, that might have did something for her. You know what I mean? You buy her a little purse or something, get her nails done and shit like that. That might have did something for her. You know what I mean? When she was on that lower vibration. But now she like, these niggas bore me now. The ballers can't afford me now. She might do it for the 40, but I wouldn't do it for 40,000. So it's no amount of money in the world. She looking for a real connection, a real spiritual connection. You know what I'm saying? She done leveled up. So the requirements are different. Not saying that she's just looking for a broke nigga. It ain't about, being a poor righteous teacher. We ain't doing that. We're going to need some resources. We're going to definitely need some resources. But leading with your money, that just ain't it. She said, I got my standards up. Your mans and them ain't man enough. They can't stand in my presence. They start clamming up. Hold on, we didn't even get to that part yet. I'm jumping the gun.
Different. So when you coming with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. Now I'm a sapiosexual, you transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. Yeah, these niggas bore me now, the ballers can't afford me now. Should do it for 40, I wouldn't do it for 40,000. I got my standards up, you man and them ain't man enough. They can't stand in my presence, they start clamming up. That's queen shit, headset, ship on the scene, bitch. Gonna take more than designer G's and a clean whip.
Man, these niggas bore me now. The ballers can't afford me now. Should do it for 40. I wouldn't do it for 40,000. So y'all know there's a lot of sisters out there that do something strange for $40. Y'all know $40 is usually the going rate. That used to be the going rate. I don't know. We experiencing inflation and all that now. Is it a new going rate out there in them streets? Or is it still $40? Somebody let me know. Is it a new going rate out here in these streets, or is it still $40? It used to be $40. She'll do it for the 40. I wouldn't do it for 40,000. I got my standards up. Your mans and them ain't man enough. They can't stand in my presence. They start clamming up. Notice, the niggas that we talking about that like to lead with their money, they usually go after the ratchets, right? They won't even, if they see a sister that's really on her damn, a sister that got her mind right, you know what I'm saying? They really won't even step to her. Those type of dudes really won't even step to a sister that really got her mind right, that you got to have a intellectual conversation with and all that. That you just can't come up and just lead with your money and say any old bullshit and it's going to be on and popping. Usually they avoid them sisters at all costs. I got my standards up. Your mans and them ain't man enough. They can't stand in my presence. They start clamming up. That's queen shit. Het sep shoot on the scene, bitch. And so I know a lot of people probably ain't know what she said right there. A lot of people, I mentioned that that queen before in another song too. It was one of the first, maybe the only, not I don't think the only, but one of the first female pharaohs in ancient Kemet was a sister named Hatshepsut. And so I just remember reading about her and being inspired by her story. And so I shouted her out a couple of times. There was another song called A Queen by Any Means on the EP that I did with my brother Lou season called A King by Any Means. We did a song called A Queen by Any Means. And I said something about her on that song too. But that's queen shit. Headset should on the scene, bitch. Gonna take more than designer jeans and a clean whip. So she used to be impressed by that. You know what I'm saying? She used to be impressed by that. Niggas come through with the jewels, diamonds in the ear and all that. Nice whip, a Mary jeans and all that. She used to be impressed by that. But now it's like, it's gonna take more than designer jeans and a clean whip. You know what I mean?
Yo, sexual, you transforming. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. Yeah, these niggas bought me now. The ballers can't afford me now. Should do it for 40. I wouldn't do it for 40,000. I got my standards up. You man and them ain't man enough.
They can't stand in my presence, they start clamming up.
That's queen shit. Headset shook on the scene, bitch. Gonna take more than designer jeans and a clean whip. After the sword and shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on the pills, it sound different.
After the Sword and Shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Notice I said Sword and Shield. The name of the album is The Spear and the Shield. But I said Sword and Shield for two reasons. Because at the end of the day, number one, at the end of the day, I'm still rapping, right? So that goes back to, you know what I mean? Dope rap music first. That's the priority. And so Sword and Shield rhymes better with Lauryn Hill. So I'm not going to say after the Spear and Shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. A lot of rappers do that. And to me, that is subpar rapping. If there was a way that you could have made it rhyme more perfectly, but you didn't, to me, that's lazy and it's subpar rapping. And when it comes to rap, you have the liberty to bend the language as you see fit. You know what I'm saying? And so you're supposed to be able, in rap, you're supposed to make up words sometimes. If you, any MC that's worth their salt, sometimes you got to make up a word. You know what I'm saying? We have that liberty. As MCs, we have that liberty to bend the language to our will. As long as, even if you make up the word, the only requirement is that I still understand what you was trying to say. Or you misuse a word or just completely make up a word. The only requirement, you're allowed to do that. But the only requirement is that I still am able to understand what you was trying to say. Right? And so the other reason why I did Sword and Shield is because that was, sometimes you change the pronunciation of the word. The other reason why I said the Sword and Shield too, or I gave myself permission to say the Sword and Shield, is because that was a common mistake. A lot of people was calling it the Sword and Shield. Hey, yo, I heard that Sword and Shield album, man. That shit is fire. All right. I might have even made that mistake a couple of times. Hey, yo, make sure y'all go stream the Sword and the Shield, available on streaming platforms. The album's called The Spear and the Shield, but sometimes people misspeak and say the Sword and the Shield. All right. And plus, I started using the Sword and the Shield emoji online because they don't have a spear emoji. So Sword and Shield and the Spear and the Shield is kind of interchangeable. But the main reason why I used it is because it rhymes better with Lauryn Hill. After the Sword and Shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on them pills, it sound different. So it ain't no diss to Future or none of those artists that make that type of music. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on them pills, it sound different. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in that world. You got to be on that vibration. You got to be on those drugs to really tap into it the way you're supposed to be able to tap into it. But when you're not on that shit, you know what I'm saying? When you drinking tea and eating greens and meditating and getting rest and exercising and reading books and, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out with a whole different crowd of people, you ain't gonna enjoy it the same way that you used to. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on the pills, it sound different. All the women I hang around different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a new experience. It's dope rhyme. It's dope rhyming on here too, by the way. Just the rhymes themselves. Oh,
Do it for 40, I wouldn't do it for 40,000. I got my standards up, you man in them ain't man enough.
They can't stand in my presence, they start clamming up.
That's queen shit, headset, ship on the scene, bitch. Gonna take more than designer jeans and a clean whip. After the sword and shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on the pills, it sound different. All the women I hang around different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a new experience, too few and few appearances. Even family members beginning to wonder where she been. Building my self-esteem, drinking tea and healthy greens. But anyway, I just want to thank you for everything and let you know the pearls ain't only go before the swine. I found a diamond mine, I only had to go inside.
She just sharing with me the profound effect that the album had on her life. All of these things changed in her life after she listened to that album. You know what I'm saying? After the Sword and Shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on the pills, it sound different. All the women I hang around different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a new experience. I'm just pointing out the rhymes to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? You got to make the in-between rhymes rhyme. You know what I'm saying? You got to bridge the rhymes into the next bar sometimes. You got to just be as creative as possible with the rhyme schemes in order to say what you're trying to say. Because a lot of times, the things that you want to say don't rhyme. A lot of times the things that the message that you're trying to portray don't necessarily rhyme. So you got to make it rhyme. That's the art of rapping. That's where the art form comes in at. When you have to make things rhyme. All the women I hang around different. So round different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a right. So the women I hang around different. So round different rhymes with crown. It's a right. So all the women I hang around different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a new experience. Do fewer and fewer appearances. Even family members beginning to wonder where she been. Like, damn, you don't even come around no more. What's up with you? You too good for us now and shit? Just like, nah, I just don't, I don't really be eating all that swine y'all be cooking. You know what I mean? I just really don't be eating all that swine y'all be cooking. So, you know what I mean? A lot of times y'all conversation, it just, it brings my energy down. A lot of times y'all drain my energy with the type of conversation that y'all have. All y'all want to talk about it is the Real Housewives. I don't really watch the Real Housewives no more. Usually when I come over, that's the topic of conversation. Phaedra and Nene Leakes and shit. Like I haven't kept up with the show. So what am I coming over for? Even family members beginning to wonder where she been. Building my self-esteem, drinking tea and healthy greens. So she working on herself. She started doing internal work. You know what I mean? She started doing shadow work. You know what I mean? Addressing her issues. You know what I mean? Some of the blockages that she had that was not enabling her to progress the way that she should have been. Even family members beginning to wonder where she been. Building my self-esteem, drinking tea and healthy greens. But anyway, I just want to thank you for everything. Now she's talking to me. Anyway, I just want to thank you for everything. And to let you know, the pearls ain't only go before the swine. So she wanted to let me know that it did have it at least affected one person. What you created, it wasn't in vain. I understand what you was trying to do with that album when you made that album, and it didn't go in vain because you affected me. You changed my life. And so I just wanted to thank you for everything and let you know the pearls ain't only go before the swine. Because you know how they say you shouldn't cast your pearls before the swine because you're giving the jewels to people who can't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But she letting me know you ain't just cast the pearls before the swine. She said, I found a diamond mine. Where did she find a diamond mine? She said, I only had to go inside. She only had to go inward. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you for everything and let you know the pearls ain't only go before the swine. I found the diamond mine. I only had to go inside.
Anyway, I just want to thank you for everything and let you know the pearls ain't only go before the swine. I found a diamond mine. I only had to go inside. Thank you for the heart. We'll never be alone.
And so the hook kind of go too perfect to even believe that it came together the way I told you that it came together, right? You would think that I already had that hook in mind when I was writing the rhymes, the way that goes together. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the heart. There'll never be a long and lonely night again. You would think I already had that in mind when I was writing those rhymes, but no. No, that ain't the way that came together. That's why I said, you know, you gotta allow for spirit to come in the room. You gotta allow spirit to intervene and come in the room and kind of co-produce the project for you. Because some of these things we can't even think of this on our own if we wanted to.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. We'll never be alone again. War will win.
Gotcha. That's what makes it a song. That's what changes it from just beats and rhymes into making it a song. Those different layers, you know what I mean? Those strings gonna make you feel a certain way. Different changes throughout the track. That's gonna take you into different.
The war will win. She said she still feel the spirit of chill. Could it be the 9 samples or the lyrical skill? She never thought about it. Cause the chops are so subtle, how them RP beats touch you on a spiritual level, and the lyrics are so direct. Speaking truth to power in our darkest hour. All these other rappers is cowards. She was disappointed in the last tape from her favorite rapper. She compared him to me, said he sound like a slave catcher. I said all praises due to the most high. You know I can't really take all the credit, cause most my dopest lines are downloads from the other side. It's like the voice of the ancestors writing all the rhymes. I opened my third eye and deciphered all the signs. Then I stood on stage and gave sight to all the blind, taking y'all in the deep water, turn up the heat on you. Nothing was the same. She had to hit repeat on it.
Thank you for the heart. We'll never be alone again. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the heart. We'll never be alone again. The war will.
She said,
You the realest rapper that I ever heard. I felt you in every chakra. Even my feminine curves was accentuated. I feel sexier since I played it. Put my best friend on, she couldn't appreciate it. But me, I played it and played it and played it. Took a look at my life, had to reevaluate it. I even made amends when my baby father couldn't take it any farther. I let go of that crazy drama. I was so arrogant, hard-brought co-parenting. And when I think back on it now, it's so embarrassing. You made me look at my son different. I look up at the morning sky, I even see the sun different. So when you come in with something new, I listen to a couple dudes, but ain't nothing fucking with you. Now I'm a sapiosexual, you transform me. Gotta be highly intellectual to make me horny. Yeah, these niggas bought me now, the ballers can't afford me now. Should do it for 40, I wouldn't do it for 40,000. I got my standards up, you man and them ain't man enough. They can't stand in my presence, they start clamming up. That's queen shit, headset, ship on the scene, bitch. Gonna take more than designer jeans and a clean whip. After the sword and shield, I took it back to Lauryn Hill. Future music is cool, but now that I ain't on the pills, it sound different. All the women I hang around different. So if they catch me slipping, they adjust my crown. It's a new experience, too few and few appearances. Even family members beginning to wonder where she been. Building my self-esteem, drinking tea and healthy greens. But anyway, I just want to thank you for everything and let you know the pearls ain't only go before the swine. I found a diamond mine, I only had to go inside. Thank you for the heart. We'll never be alone again. for the heart. We'll never be alone again.
But yo, what's happening with me tonight? This was the lyrical breakdown. Make sure y'all go to mastersrvp.com. Get your copy of the Masters Table. Get your physical copy of the Masters Table. Get the digital download. Get your prints for the wall. Get your merch. If you want to get, like I said, if you want to get the T-shirt, you got to hit me up personally. I don't got the T-shirt on the website just yet, but you can hit me up on Instagram if you want to order a T-shirt. Let me get your information and all of that. I'll get you a link so you can order the T-shirt if you want to get the T-shirt. Also, we are just a couple of weeks away from the FBA Expo in Dallas coming up on May 27th, Memorial Weekend. Me, Nicety Girl, Crown 808, 7 Hey Rue, Ty Weezy. We're going to be out there vending. We will have the CDs there. We will have these T-shirts there as well. We also going to have, of course, we're going to have our book. Let me put this one up. Of course, we're going to have our book, Seven's Big Move. This is volume 1 from the children's book series, 7 The Super Hey Rule. So we will have the books on deck for y'all. A couple other little goodies, giveaways, and stuff like that we'll have. So make sure y'all come visit our table, get you a book, get some merch for your little ones as well. We got the 7 The Super Hey Rule t-shirts. 7 The Super Hey Rule t-shirts. If you want to order the book and the merch now, you just go to godcastbooks.com. You can get the books. You can get the t-shirts now off of the website. On the website, we actually have different colors, youth sizes, and we have other t-shirts in adult sizes. You can get the universal flag shirts in the adult size as well. So go to godcastbooks.com and support Godcast Enterprises. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Stay tuned for more content. We got some dope stuff coming y'all way. Definitely got some dope stuff coming y'all way. And so continue to rock with us. Continue to support the movement. Can't wait to see y'all in Dallas, man. We hype about Dallas right now. We looking forward to that. Meeting some of the family in person and everything like that. So hope to see some of y'all faces in the place. It's going to be a dope event other than, of course, we're going to be there doing what we do. But it's going to be a dope event overall. They got some great speakers that's going to be there. I know they got Brother Ben X. They got my brother King Cam. They got Vicky Dillard. They got Red Pill, Blue Pill. They got Dr. Kaba, right? Man, a bunch of people. I think Dr. Boyce Watkins is going to be there, I think. It's a bunch of people. They got Eric Benet is going to be performing. And Kiki Wyatt is going to be performing. I don't really rock with Kiki Wyatt like that. She has a history of being on some BS out here. You know what I mean? She is a case of the tragic mulatto. You know what I mean? She be out here denying her blackness and caping for all these other groups and all this shit. I ain't really feeling the Kiki joint like that. She could sing or whatever, but I don't really support those type of people, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, but whatever. So she gonna be performing there too. Eric Benet is gonna be performing there too. So come on out if you guys can make it. You know what I mean? Get your tickets now. Come on out. It's gonna be a good time overall. And I think that's it, man. I think that's it. So Let me see. I don't know. I might be forgetting something, but I've been on here long enough. That was the lyrical breakdown for today. And so I'm about to get up out of here, family. Go finish watching this Lakers game. I hope the Lakers ain't really getting spanked like that. But I appreciate y'all, man. Always remember, family, I'm not the master teacher. I'm only the master student and signal booster for the voices of the new Black media. And with that, we are out of here. Peace and Black love.
Still, you so brilliant, most resilient. We poster children of prophecy fulfillment. We gotta be God's children. Yeah, we need to learn.